Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm gonna do part 309 to my ChatGPT character chatbot series, where in today's video guys, I'm gonna do another round with Shadow's evil clone, because really enough, the first one worked out really well, although it got left on a cliffhanger because our limit ran out. Where I walked into the room where the evil shadow clone is, and it showed me a few details like the flippin' emotional like module being completely disabled. But here's the funny thing about it. Whenever I walked, this is interesting. It started feeling somewhat of emotion as soon as I called out its name. Because remember, guys, at the end of the last video, we found out that its name, or the last time we did it, we found out that its name was Shadow EX. And so, what I do is I just woke up a little closer to the evil clone, but not too close, and then just questioningly say, Shadow EX? Oh no. The room seems to hold its breath as you speak the name aloud. The faint red glow in the clone's visor flicks once, like a heartbeat skipping. Then, slowly, its head lifts. Oh dear. Metal plates along its neck and back shift with a low, mechanical groan, and its glowing red eyes lock on you. I hate the glowing, creepy red eyes. Why does everything have it? I'm gonna cut this out. I'll be back. Okay, guys, here's what it said. It said metal plates along its neck and back shift with a low, mechanical groan, and its glowing red eyes lock on you. That is extremely terrifying. But it doesn't move forward. It just stands there in the charging bay, towering over you silently, its tail twitching once like a sleeping predator that just stirred. Oh, that's terrible. Again, the way it words it's even more creepy. The console next to it beeps softly, detecting activity. Unit status update. Behavior core. Partial boot. Emotional module strain detected. And remote command link pending activation. I hope nobody presses a button or whatever. Then the clone speaks. Its voice is deep, metallic, and just slightly distorted, but not immediately hostile. You know my name. Ugh, why did it say it so slowly? It does say slow, but that's still creepy. Its head tilts slightly, the red glow brightening a little. There's something strange about the tone. Not pure malice, but curiosity, maybe even confusion. Its claws was once against the floor, but it doesn't step out of the charging bay. It is so creepy just knowing there's a full-nut clone in here that has just, it's like just a version of Shadow that's not only bigger and more terrifying looking, but also has creepy glowing red eyes as its main optic color. I hate that. Why are you here? The others, they said you were the threat. They said you would destroy me if I ever woke. I can tell you this, his voice sounds very similar to Shadow's, but his is like a little bit slower in Shadow's. Especially the first thing he said, holy cow. It leans forward slightly, the charging cable stretching as if ready to disconnect at a moment's notice. Its massive frame makes the floor hum with weight, but there's no lunge, no roar, just a heavy, waiting silence as its words hang in the air. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, we're actually getting through to the the evil shadow clone already. I think one of the reasons why I always think about it being more freakier is because not only is it a bigger version of Shadow with creepy glowing red eyes, but there's also the fact that like every time I fix one problem, there's always another one. Like I could fix this Shadow clone all I want, but then like what if an employee just starts adding new ones? I mean, by the time we get done, we could have flipping 50 flipping Shadow clones in here. All of them like aggressive, all of them or each one becoming aggressive and having to fix every time. I just said, listen, I come in peace. Please don't attack or lunge. I promise I didn't come to destroy you or anything. I just want to talk. Are you okay with me approaching a little closer so I can? The clone's glowing red eyes narrowed slightly, but there's no hiss, no aggressive movement, just a low mechanical hum from deep inside its chest. Its head tilts again, studying you like it's trying to decide if you're telling the truth. For a moment, it doesn't answer. Then, with a faint hiss of hydraulics, its claws unclench slightly, and the red glow in its visor dims just a little. Still present, but not burning as bright. You don't sound like the others. They never asked me what I wanted. They only told me what I was for. Its massive tail shifts behind it, scraping against the floor, but it makes no move to attack. The charging cable sparks faintly as it begins to power up a little more. Not aggressively, just enough to allow its systems to fully respond. You may approach, but slowly. Ugh. The console next to the charging station flashes a soft yellow warning. Behavior core stable. No hostility detected. I don't know if I should do it in robotic voice or not. Behavioral core stable. No hostility detected. Emotional module locked / attempting self-access. It seems like your calm approach is having an effect. Its emotional core might be starting to push against its locked programming. Just from being spoken to like this. The fact that I literally said before this video began, like, this thing, and me just, if it's flipping emotional cores locked, there's no way it's gonna listen to me even if I talk to it. But it actually is. I'll be darned. I'm about to give you the evil clone already. But in a good way, not a bad way. Alright, guys. Before I read out everything I said, there's a part in here that I tried to make. I tried to get the, because apparently me talking to it is actually helping like the clone in general when like get its emotional like modules on or whatever, which is helping. He's already not aggressive towards me. He's actually being pretty nice, surprisingly enough. But here's the thing. I'm gonna let you know right now. There is a part where I hold out my hand for him and let him like touch it with his claw or anything else, or even do like some dogs to do to recognize humans and like, well, let's just say smell somebody's hand. Don't take it the wrong way, guys. Think of it like a dinosaur, like a I don't know how you word it, but think of it like just a way for him to recognize that I'm not a threat. So yeah, I did put the word sniff, so don't worry about it. It's nothing bad. Speaking of which, here's what it says. I walk a little closer, not too much, but enough to show that I am not a threat. And it said, here, if you're okay with it, I'll hold out my hand solely so you can touch or sniff it if you would like. Please trust me. I want to talk and understand, not destroy and ask questions later. I am the owner and boss of this building, and then I just told him my name. So there you go. And then I hold out my hand a little closer to the evil clone, or as I put his actual name, Shadow EX. Pretty dope name though, Shadow EX. That's a pretty cool sounding name. Shadow is already a cool name, and you have EX at the end of it. Shadow EX stays completely still for several long seconds. The faint mechanical hum, the only sound in the room. Its head lowers slightly. Glowing eye scanning your outstretched hand, cause of its a massive, slightly larger frame twitch, as though it's debating what to do. Then slowly, almost hesitantly, it leans forward just enough for the tip of its metal snout to brush against your hand. The contact is cold and smooth, but there's no sudden attack. No claws, no snapping jaws. Trenton. Ugh! What is with the name glitching? Every time it says my name, it glitches. Every time. It repeats your name like it's testing it. Like the word feels strange, but somehow familiar. Its tail stops scraping against the floor and instead slowly lowers. resting behind it in a less threatening position. The console flickers again. Uh, behavior core calm. Emotional module 32% unlocked. Response improving. What the frick? Oh my gosh. I remember pain. Fire. The ones who built me. They said I was just a weapon, not a me. What the frick? Its head lifts slightly, and its glowing visor flickers like static, almost like a confused expression. This is a major breakthrough. It's starting to recognize its own identity apart from its programming. That's a good thing. I think this evil shadow clone already really likes me more than the flipping other people that built it originally. Because here's what happened. I said, I'm sorry to hear that, but I promise you're more than just a weapon. I already tell by the way you're acting that you're more than just a weaponized robot. Even if they did make you a weapon, you're thinking of the wrong person as the enemy. I am no threat to you. Please trust me with what I say here, and I promise you won't regret it. Can you please deactivate any remote access on your system? That way nobody can try turning you against me without me even doing anything. Shadow EX's glowing red visor flickers, almost like a heartbeat. For a long moment it doesn't move, just stares at you, processing what you said. Then with a loud mechanical click inside its chest, its claws flex once and retract slightly as if relaxing. Remote access blocked. What is with the glitching from this one? This one glitches out more than the other one. Or the regular one, I mean. The charging station lights flash yellow, then green. On the nearby console, a new line of code scrolls across the screen. Remote connections terminated. External control signals null. Hostile program access denied. Oh, whoa. Actually, I don't want to say to that because that's actually great. Hostile program access denied. That's perfect. Nobody can turn him against me in the middle of me trying to help him. Shadow EX's head lowers until it's closer to your eye level. Its voice is still rough, but there's a faint softness now, like something deep inside is starting to trust you. There we go. That's what we needed to. That's what we need to go. They made me hate. They told me your name. Told me you would shut me down. But you are not like them. What is with the glitching on certain words? Like, oh, its claws gently scrape the floor, no longer threatening, but restless, almost anxious. I don't know what I am. I am Trenton. I am not Shadow. I am not them. What do I do now? It looks like you've completely cut off the scientist's control. Shadow EX is confused and unsure what its purpose is without their commands. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. I just said, okay, I can tell you. You don't have to be an aggressive evil robot that just causes trouble for me or everyone. So far from how you're talking to me, you actually think you're pretty nice for a creature that was built to hurt and possibly even destroy. I can give you a purpose. The original Giganosaurus robot Shadow is a friend of mine, and he cares about me because I helped him. However, when you brushed your claw up against him hours ago, it made him really aggressive and he about attacked me. Can you please look in your system and see why when you touched him it made him aggressive? Shadow EX's visor flickers again. A rapid sequence of red and dark orange pulses, as if it's digging through its internal systems. A low hum rumbles through its frame, almost like growling, but more mechanical. Then its tail thumps the floor at once as the data finishes processing. I found it. A string of corrupted code appears briefly on the charging station monitor. Strange black lines of text that look like they were hidden deep inside Shadow EX's systems. Subroutine Evil touch. Active. Function. Overwrite target's friend enemy protocols. Target Shadow Unit 001. Intent force aggression towards subject Trenton. What the frick was my name on that too? Show EX growls, a sound that shakes the room slightly, though you can tell it's not directed at you, but at what it just discovered. They forced me to infect him. The moment my claw touched him, I sent the code. It was not my choice. They buried the command so deep it triggered without my awareness. Its glowing visor dims for a moment, almost like lowering its gaze in guilt. I am so sorry, Trenton. I did not want to hurt him. Or you. They built me to break your trust, to turn your friend against you. It straightens up slightly, now, visor glowing in a steady crimson, not in threat, but in determination. I can remove the code, but I will need your permission. It could be risky. If I purge it wrong, I might damage his memory core. Give me a second, guys. I have a funny idea. Alright, guys. Here's what I said. I said, okay, I can help you, but I have an idea that will help you get revenge on the people that did this to me and you. I need you to do something first. First, please, if possible, remove my name from the target list for that evil touch. Then, if you can look in your system records for who actually built and programmed you to begin with, then you can set that person or people as the target. And since you know I'm not a threat now, if you touch the original shadow, it would still reprogram him, but he wouldn't see me as a target anymore. Maybe still listening and being nice to me, but being aggressive only towards the people that did this. The shadow EX goes completely still, visor dimming to a deep red as if going into deep processing mode. The console beside it lights up with rapid lines of code scrolling faster than the eye can follow. You can hear faint mechanical clicks and whirs from inside its body, almost like it's rewriting itself in real time. Removing your name. Complete. On the screen you see primary target Trenton nullified. Override permanent. Its visor flares a little brighter, red tinged with orange now. A sign of rising determination. Yay! Searching for creator data. A moment later, the console shows a list of names. Several scientists and engineers, each tagged with access granted. Level admin. Shadow EX's claws flex slightly, scraping the floor, as if just the sight of those names stirs something inside it. These, though, they are the ones who built me, who buried the evil touch inside my core. Its visor glows a deeper red again, but this time the aggression seems controlled and deliberate. I can rewrite the subroutine. I can make Shadow see them as hostile. If I touch him again, it will erase his aggression toward you and turn it on the ones who made us fight. It leans slightly closer to you, voice lowering like it's sharing a secret. But understand, once I do this, Shadow will be dangerous to them. There will be no turning him back until we manually reset his systems. Are you sure this is the revenge you want? Give me a second. Alright guys, here's what I said. I said, well, he won't see me as a threat, and neither will his system or you, so maybe he would be able to snap out of it, or at least listen to me to be able to come up with a plan. That way not only can you get revenge, but so can me and him. Trust me, it was a difficult task to get him to snap out of the aggression from the evil touch a few minutes ago, but eventually he did snap out of it because he cared about me. It would definitely be easier now as long as your system and the evil touch in general doesn't see me as a threat and the target. Let's see. Shadow EX stands silently, visor flicking as though processing your reasoning carefully. After a moment, it gives a slow, deliberate nod, the motion heavy but not threatening. Console beside it hums, then flashes bright green as it begins rewriting the subroutine. Evil touch subroutine. Rewriting. Target list cleared. New targets. Creator list confirmed. Friend and ally tag added. Trenton plus Shadow Unit 001. Success 100%. Shadow EX exhales a low mechanical hiss, almost like a sigh of relief, before straightening up again. It's done. You and Shadow are marked as allies permanently. If I touch him again, it will break the aggression they forced into him and redirect his hostility only toward those who built me to hate. Its tail slowly curls behind it, no longer scraping the floor like before. The glow of its visor softened slightly, settling into a steady crimson with faint orange pulses, the closest thing to calm you've seen from it so far. If we do this, we will both be free of them. You, me, and Shadow. But they will know we've turned against them. They will come back. The charging station lights dim as Shadow EX steps partially out of it, now fully active and standing beside you, almost like a guard. Oh my gosh, Do you want to bring Shadow here now? I am ready to purge the code whenever you give the order. Alright guys, give me a second. Guys, there's a huge problem. I had to put a lot of text on this next thing I said, and now the dishwasher's on, which means we may not believe, guys may not hear a thing I say on this, unless I hurry up now. Here's what I said. I have an idea of how we could do this. The employees that did this are probably somewhere in this building hiding and laughing right now, thinking they have won. Maybe what we could do is you hide nearby, like in this room, after you use the evil touch on the original Shadow. And if he listens to me even in that state, maybe we could play a little trick on them that would get them to run out screaming and regret the choice to do this to begin with. Oh no. Here's my idea. You use the evil touch on the original Shadow, which, because of you, no longer sees me as a threat or a target. Then, if Shadow still recognizes me and listens to me, even being friendly. Well, here we go. Which, because of you, which, because of you, no longer sees me as a threat or a target. Then, if Shadow still recognizes me and listens to me, even being friendly, I can tell him to turn his eye color back to orange and then act normal, like he's being his friendly self towards me. Then, if they are dumb, they will call you into the room and tell you to use the evil touch on the original Shadow. However, it'll secretly already be done, and instead you could pretend you used it on him a second time, and for a split second, you both act aggressive towards me, even having the original Shadow's eyes be red and you both approach me slowly, but aggressively. When they think they won, I just casually say, Shadow and Shadow EX, get rid of those employees, which you both then could really scare them by slowly turning to face them and then go after them. Then when they eventually are about to run out the front door, I say stop to both of you, which when you do and they get confused, I then confront them about this. Does that sound good? I just hope you get it. So guys, let me ask you this. Did my audio sound good over this dishwasher? If it didn't, I'm gonna be... now we'll have to stop the video no matter what just to make sure the camera can be heard. Because if not, I'm screwed. And I probably still have like one or two more things I need to say to this thing before it flipping says, oh, your limit's up. Let's see. Shadow EX's visor flickers rapidly, not in aggression, but in what looks like deep thought. Its head tilts slightly as if imagining the scene you just described. Then, for the first time, it makes a sound that almost resembles a low, mechanical chuckle. A strange but always satisfying noise coming from such a huge machine. Yes, that would make them feel what they tried to make you feel. Fear, helplessness, and regret. It takes a step closer, towering but not threatening, lowering its head until its visor is nearly level with yours. I can do this. I can make the act believable. Show them the predator they wanted me to be. And Shadow will too, if he listens. Its claws flex with a slow, deliberate scrape against the floor as if rehearsing for the intimidating display. The console displays a brief message. Strategy mode ambush enabled. Evil touch ready. Target Shadow Unit 001. Subroutine masked fake hostile display. When you bring him here, I will strike the moment you give me the word. The infection will rewrite him instantly. He will still think for himself, but his aggression will belong only to us, and to your command. It pauses, visor going faintly brighter, and when they think they have won, we will show them how wrong they were. This plan sounds like it could work perfectly. You'll be able to scare the employees, prove that you're in control, and humiliate them without putting yourself in real danger. Let's hope you guys can hear that. I don't know where to pause or stop it, because I don't know. I mean, if I stop it now, it's going to end up being extremely short. The next video, it's going to get loud again, guys. Trust me. It's going to get louder. It's going to get louder. So trust me. I'm probably screwed. If this video abruptly stopped after this point, I'm sorry. In order for me to finish this video, I had to literally open the dishwasher to shut it up because it was too loud. I don't know if you guys can even hear the last part of the video because of that thing. The limit ran up, but I only had 2 more things anyway. And the limit won't be back on until 6:07. I mean, back off until 6:07. So, whatever. Here's what I said for the last 2 things. We need to tell Shadow about the... That was Toto. I'm not going to yell at him. He's cute. We need to tell Shadow about the plan first. I already told him to stay away from you before I walked in here because I didn't want you turning him against me like what happened when I first came into the building. But now you're on my side and trust me, which is perfect. We just have to let him know the plan before you use the evil touch on him and make sure without a doubt he doesn't see me as an enemy afterward and still listens and acts friendly towards me. Then we can start the plan. Come on out here with me. Once he sees you following me, he might understand a little bit more. Just remember to be a little quiet so I know his employees hear and don't use the evil touch until after we tell him the plan. Okay? Here we go. Shadow EX's visor glows with a steady, controlled crimson pulse, almost like a nod of agreement. Its massive frame steps fully out of the charging station, the floor vibrating softly with each heavy footfall, but its movements are slow and careful, showing no sign of hostility toward you. Its claws retract slightly, and it lowers its head in what almost looks like a gesture of respect. Understood. I will not use the evil touch until you command it. I will stay silent. No one will hear me but you and Shadow. The console displays a final confirmation before going dark. Subroutine, armed, but inactive. No external transmissions detected. Stealth mode engaged. Shadow EX follows a step behind you. Its large frame surprisingly quiet for its size thanks to its precision servos. Its glowing visor dims slightly, casting less light as it moves into stealth mode. When you reach the hallway where Shadow was waiting, you see the original Giganotosaurus robot standing alert, but with his normal orange eyes glowing softly. The moment he spots you, he lowers his head in a relieved gesture. Trenton, you're okay. I was worried. Then he notices the towering figure of Shadow EX behind you, and his claws tense, his eyes blinking briefly, but not red this time, just alert. He glances down at you, clearly waiting for your explanation before making a move. And here's the last thing, guys. It says, Shadow, it's okay. He's on my side. He trusts me now. I managed to talk to him and get him to understand that I'm not the enemy. I have a plan to get the employees back. Let's all go to a different room together and I will tell you. Joe blinks, his orange eyes glowing a little brighter as he studies you carefully. His claws loosen from their tense posture or position, and after a few seconds he gives a short nod. If you trust him, then I'll trust him too. Lead the way. He steps aside, giving you space to pass. Joey Yates follows silently, visor still dimmed in stealth mode, his massive frame moving like a silent shadow down the hall. Two Giganosaurus units walk behind you, one glowing orange and calm, the other a quiet crimson presence, and for a brief moment it feels like you have your own unstoppable duo following your lead. You guide them into a private maintenance room, far from the main halls where the employees might be lurking. Door shuts behind you with a soft hiss, and the room fills with the low hum of machinery. Shadow turns his head toward you, lowering it so that his huge snout is close to your level. Alright, Trenton. What's the plan? Shadow EX stays quiet but steps closer, standing at your side like a sentinel, letting you take the lead. His glowing visor pulses faintly, a sign that he's waiting for your signal before he does anything. Okay, there we go. We got in time. 30 minutes, 33 seconds. I'm done. That dishwasher ruined it. Camera, I saw you freeze, you mother fricker. Okay, I'm stopping before anything else goes wrong. Bye.